Did you know that Nike shoes, Apple Computer, and even Atros Pro made their millions with the help of government money programs? And you can too. I'm Matthew Lesko, and my new book shows you 15,000 programs you could use to get a better job, get an education, or start your own business. Those who know about the programs are the ones who get the money.
I was able to get monies to buy equipment for my business and also a microloan.
The government gave me money to live on for 6 months while I started my own business.
I want every taxpayer to know you can get $100,000 to open up a coffee shop, or $15,000 to write a novel. You can also get $9,000 to take a computer course, or get a GED, or a PhD.
If I could get $15,000 to go back to school, any woman could do it.
Doing what you want to do in life is like being on vacation every single day. Now, I'll show you how to get the government to pay for it, so call me.
Welcome back, FightFlock.com. In today's video, we're going to talk about flock camera funding and how Flock is using an old government program to dig up some money to install more flock cameras. The program was from 1988. It was called the HIDTA program, H-I-D-T-A. Here is a map of the United States. All the population centers are basically colored in different colors, and all these different colors represent a HIDTA zone, and a HIDTA zone that is eligible for the money, the government money. So what Flock is doing is using this old 1988 program, and they're using it to buy more flock cameras. It helps cities and towns buy more flock cameras. And originally, Congress passed the HIDTA, okay, H-I-D-T-A. They passed it to counter drug dealers and stop drug cartels, okay? That was the original intention of the law, way before flock cameras were ever invented in 2017. So Flock is using an end around, okay? They're going around the system. They're bypassing the city councils and the county commissioners and whatnot that approve, these kind of funding things to install the flock cameras. This is just another trick by Garrett Langley, CEO of Flock, all right? And he's the founder and CEO. Here's a picture of Garrett. He's, again, the mastermind behind the spy cameras. He's our public enemy #1 right now. At least anyone that watches this channel, all right? So Garrett is, I guarantee he has a back office, and they're digging up ways to find more money, more funding to help cities and towns and counties throughout the country find money to install the flock cameras. I guarantee you he's probably directing a lot of this flow to these government programs. And again, a program from 1988 that was originally created for drug dealers are using that to install flock cameras, which to me, that is just unbelievable. Makes me want to puke, really does. So Flock, my town here, I want to show you my newsletter here. This is my town, Holly Springs, Georgia is where I live. This is our newsletter. This comes from the city, and this come a couple of weeks ago. So this is the newsletter they send, and my town signed a memorandum of understanding with HIDTA to basically install some more flock cameras. Like, we don't have enough already. So you could read this here. That's essentially saying they're entering the HIDTA program, and they're going to get the funding and put up some more flock cameras to, of course, catch drug dealers, which all sounds good, because who doesn't want to catch a drug dealer? I certainly don't like drug dealers, and I know you don't. But what they're doing is they're using that as an excuse to spy on all of us, okay? We're the targets, okay? Trust me on that. Don't drink that Kool-Aid. Trust me on that. So this is, if you're in a big population area, watch out, because this is probably going to be used in your area also. So start checking your local newsletters, your local council minutes. Even if you go to the meetings, you might start hearing them say HIDTA, High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area. That's the acronym. And again, a government law passed back in 1988. Here's my local HIDTA. So here's Atlanta, Georgia area. My county is Cherokee County, just above the star there. So my county is in the HIDTA zone, which is obviously it's a metro area, a heavy populated area. So we're eligible for the HIDTA funding. So this is why we're getting it here, and you may too, depending on where you live. If you're in a country setting, rural area, you're probably good. They're not going to be able to get the HIDTA funding, but they probably have some rural area type funding stuff. I'm sure of that. There's so many government laws and passed over many years. Again, 1988, this law was passed. And actually, in my notes, I had 2006. 2006, Congress made that HIDTA law permanent. So it was passed in '88, but it wasn't permanent until 2006. 2006, I have in my notes, it was made permanent by Congress. So this is, now it's permanent, which means it's forever gonna be there, and it's grant money. So remember, grant money is free money. Grant money is free money. No city council has to vote, no county commissioners have to vote, and that is astounding to me. And I'll give you an example I had back from last year, 2025, Denver, Colorado. They had the council there, Denver City Council voted down the flock camera install, okay? At least the contract renewal, right? And the mayor overrode the council, and the reason being the council only has to approve any budget over $500,000 going to flock, right? So the mayor, he approved the budget for flock for $499,000, so just under the $500,000 cap, or minimum cap, right? So that's what happened there, that the mayor can override everybody because he wanted flock in his city, all right? And this is the kind of thing, flock understands, and that's why they're looking for these different government programs to try to find more money, because it's all about the money at the end of the day to try to install more cameras. And eventually flock's they're gonna have a monopoly on this. They already do, and right now we currently have about 98,000 cameras in the United States, and we'll probably have a couple 100,000 flock cameras before too long. And they're a monopoly, so they'll have full control over all of our data, everywhere we go, when we go, how we go, and they'll have a breadcrumb trail of all of our whereabouts and locations at all times, okay? And Lord knows how much data they'll have compiled on us over the long run, right? So just remember that. And again, a monopoly is never good. You always hear about the government going after monopolies and breaking up monopolies. It all sounds great, but flock is one big monopoly. So I just wanted to, touch base with y'all on this funding, this government program, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but it is just one example of probably many that flock is using to find grant money for these flock cameras and essentially continue to build their network without our permission. All right, so look at your newsletters, if you go to town council meetings, city council meetings, listen for the word HIDTA, HIDTA. You start hearing that, there's some shenanigans going on, okay? But thank you for watching. Thank you to all my viewers. Please subscribe, like the video, and we will see you very soon. Thank you.